Alright, how's it going, man? Shane here again. So, today is going to be a triple upload. The first video was the introduction of me changing my channel's direction. The second video was me talking about how I'm most likely getting kicked out of the dorms. And I don't really give a shit about the outcome of that. But I know I said in that video that I was going to talk about why I'm going to court. But I'm actually going to wait because this is a bigger event. I'm actually going to wait for this one. The court is this Thursday, which is about 4 days from now. So I will, as soon as I hear the verdict of what is going to be happening to me, I'll tell the whole story and then let you guys know what the verdict is in the same video. So with that being said, I'm going to actually make this a different video. It's not gonna, excuse me. This video is not going to be about that. This one is actually going to be about one of the biggest and worst things I've done and one of the things that I'm most embarrassed about. So this all starts, I might as well start playing the game here so you don't get bored. So this all starts Halloween of 9th grade. I am actually a freshman in college, so this was like 3-4 years ago actually. 9th grade was probably one of my most devious years. I mean, I've always been a very devious, misbehaved child, but that year was bad. And this definitely was the icing on the cake for that year. I definitely just fucking was basically pissing this year down the drain after this happened. So, actually, before I talk about this day, which was Halloween of 9th grade, I want to talk about the weeks in advance. So, about a week before this, my friends had actually... So basically, this whole story is going to be about us destroying a house, okay? And my friends fucking had already gone to this place without me even knowing. I had no idea about it, and they brought it up at lunch. They were like, "Yo, we found this abandoned house. It's so cool." Like, and I was like, "Well, how about we go there on Halloween and just explore it?" Because I love urban exploration even to this day. So they were like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." So Halloween rolls around, and Halloween, I don't remember what day of the week it was, but it fell on a school day. So after school, this house was actually like... So there's a big field next to the school, and then right next to that field is this house, actually. It was right next to the field. So it was like not even a 5-minute walk from the school. So as soon as the bell rang, we walked straight there. So I get there, and the window's already smashed. Like, the window to the front door is already broken, and the door's ajar. And I'm like, oh, great, this place is open, right? My friends are like, oh, no, we broke it. I'm like, that's fucking crazy. You guys are wild. That's awesome. So now we can go in this place. So we go inside, and... it was full of furniture. I mean, there was obviously nobody living there because the house was really, really decayed on the outside and overgrown and all that shit, and it looked abandoned for sure. But there was still furniture in there. We went through the whole house. There was no people in there, so we were like, all right, bet. So we spent about half hour just looking and chilling and talking. And, that was kind of a blur for me. But I remember when the destruction started. So my friend, we go into the garage, and there's a bunch of trophies on a fucking shelf. He takes one and just smashes it right on the ground. And something inside me just fucking clicked, okay? It was me and my other two friends, so it was 3 of us. And something inside of me just fucking clicked. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that too. So I smashed a trophy. And then he smashed another one. And it just went off the fucking wall, okay? Okay, before I continue... by the end of this whole destruction, if you've ever seen, the news coverage of the aftermath of a hurricane, the inside of the house, so it basically looked like the aftermath of a hurricane, except the house still had its walls up. And we fucking wrecked that place, okay? So then we progress into the dining room. I literally start playing Frisbee with the fucking plates, the china that was in there. And then, I just was fucking throwing this plate back and forth with my friend, and I was like, whoops, I missed, and I fucking, exaggeratingly chucked it into the wall, and it is shattered. Next thing you know, we go out in the garage, and we find a pickaxe, and I think it was a sledgehammer, it was some sort of other tool, and we started breaking shit. We smashed the TV. We literally, at one point, took the pickaxe and just destroyed the dining room table. We fucking wrecked the table. There was this tray full of pills, and we fucking threw that across the room, and there's pills flying everywhere. I pissed in a shoe. At one point, I had to take a pee. So I fucking was like, I gotta piss, and a thought crossed my head. I'm like, you know what? There's no adults around here. I ain't gonna be civil about this. So I fucking pissed in his shoe and tossed it. So yeah, that just gives you an idea of the type of person I was back then and kind of still am. I mean, I'm definitely embarrassed about that now, and I've definitely taken measures to improve my behavior beyond that low of a fucking level. But regardless, I smashed the mirrors. At one point, I actually had my friends, we closed one of the doors, and I had my friends stand on the other side, and I took the pickaxe and almost like role played like a movie. That I was trying to kill him. So I fucking smashed the door down. We did like a little role play. It was kind of funny, actually. We were all laughing about that. We fucking flipped the chairs. We threw a vase at it smashed a vase. We broke all the windows in the house. All that shit. And a bunch of other things, that I don't even want to get into. I don't want to waste your time with. But we destroyed a lot of stuff. And so towards the end, I took the pickaxe and I hit this, it almost looked like a giant bell on the wall, but it looked like it was from the 50s, right? So I figured nothing would happen. Next thing you know, ring! Fucking, this alarm's going off. So we all book it out of the house, and halfway through the yard, and we stop. And I'm like, wait. I'm like, hold up. I don't want to draw anybody's attention to this place, so I want to get that to stop before we leave. So I go back in and I bash it about 3 times until it's back in through the wall. And then once I got it through the other side of the wall, I actually just fucking bashed it to the point where it stopped ringing finally. And dumbass us decided to fucking stay. We had already been there destroying things for 2 fucking hours. And mind you, this house was right next to another house. I mean, there were so many things that we did wrong here. But, so anyways, back to the story. About half hour goes by, we're still breaking things. And, my friend goes silent. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? And we all pause in just a moment of silence, and we hear voices outside. So we were like, oh, fuck, we need to get out of here, right? So we start fucking running through the backyard, and behind this house is actually the cross-country trails, which runs through a pair of woods, so we could have easily gotten away. We got just past the property line and into the woods, and my friend goes, hey guys, do you want to see a picture of boobs? And all of us being fucking teenage idiots were like, yeah, sure. So we fucking stopped. We're looking at these boobs, and within a split second, I hear crunching and leaves and twigs snapping, and next thing I hear is fucking freeze, put your hands up. I'm like, son of a fucking bitch. I knew we were toast. So the cops talking to us, about 15 minutes. This takes about 15 minutes for him to talk to us. We're standing in the same spot where he busted us, and at the time I actually had a habit of putting my hands in my pockets. And I did it about 3 times, and then the last time he was like, if you fucking put your hands in your pocket one more time, I'm going to take you to the police station and arrest you. I was like, okay. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate cops. I don't give a fuck if anybody's parents in this channel is a fucking police officer, because I fucking hate cops. But anyways, that happened, and then he brought us out to the police car, put us all in the back, and called our parents and had them come pick us up. And I was grounded for half a fucking year. Dude, I was grounded for half a year. I got my electronics taken. I got everything taken. I remember that time I started reading books and just fucking drawing because I was that bored. Actually, I have a couple spiral notebooks. A lot of my art came from that time period. But yeah, that's basically the end of that story, and I got fucking lucky with that shit because we were given a slap on the wrist. Well, what's crazy is my one friend got probation, but us other 2 did not, which is kind of odd. I mean, we asked him if he had done anything in the past, and he said no, but I think he did, because I don't see why he would get probation and we wouldn't. But yeah, and honestly, to just put some more icing on this cake before I end this story, one of the funniest things to this day was when the other cop came back out from the house, and he said, quote for quote, dude, they fucked that place up. And I was snickering so hard in the back seat, man. But underneath all that fucking smiling and laughing was a very upset and embarrassed and disturbed teenager. But yeah, no, I've always sworn that I would go back there, and once I got enough money, and pay them back, which I will. I will pay those people back, because that was just horrendous and should not have happened. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace. And okay, and as you noticed, it kind of cut. I'm actually adding another part to this video because I ended it sooner than I wanted to. I actually forgot some details of this that are pretty important and pretty shocking, actually. I love my editing apps, man. It allows me to fucking merge clips and shit so I can easily, you know, just add more to this story. But anyways, one of the craziest things about the whole experience, because I know I mentioned in some parts of the video that I had made statements to the effect of we thought it was abandoned, and here's why we thought it was abandoned. Because after the matter, we actually found out that a family owned the place, and not only that, but the house was a couple years prior had an old lady that lived there, and she had actually died there on Halloween, which is fucking crazy because that was I shit you not. You're gonna think, oh wow, Shane, you're talking bullshit. No, I shit you not. The cops told us that lady died there on Halloween, so we destroyed that old lady's house. The day that she died, which is fucking crazy. I mean, she obviously died a couple years prior, but just the fact that it was like the same like time of year that she died is just fucking sends a shiver down my spine. But yeah, the family actually chose not to press charges, but the reason why, because I actually raised the question, why is there still furniture there? Turns out the family would actually go there every Halloween. And you know, it was almost like a memorial to their grandmother. So we basically destroyed someone's fucking memories, which that's why I feel so fucking bad about this. And it actually turns out we got lucky that day because they didn't go there because they were on vacation during that time. So yeah, there's that other addition. So peace.